Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Software Inc. We are about 2 months down the road since you were last here, aka 2 days in game. And what I did was, in the last month, was I picked up one contract. And it was, again, one of those longer ones, a 1.3, you know, essentially 2 of like a standard project, I guess. But I thought I would just stick to the one to make sure I could hammer out some bugs. Now, yesterday, or in June, essentially, I plowed through a bunch of that and got to beta and fixed a couple bugs, went home. I've since come in today and been working on a lot of bugs, and it's looking pretty good because the last one we did had, I think it was like 48 bugs left or 43 or something, and we had to pay for those. So because I'm focusing just on this project, we still got a couple hours left in the day. We've already hammered out 38. It is due this month, but I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's just go ahead and speed this up a bit. So 40, 41, 42, 43. So we're definitely finding more, but we definitely don't want to be late either. Let's just go into the 1500 mark. It's gonna be heading home pretty soon, and we're gonna pretty much go with whatever, you know, wherever we're at here. I'm gonna actually go ahead and pause this, and just to state this for the record, at least I think this is how this works. I don't think he has to be here in order to release this. I think you could release it, you know, at any hour, but I just like the idea of kind of holding it up before he leaves anyway. So basically, we've got 51 bugs in here. I did a review previously, and it was a 9.2 during the alpha stuff, so I think we're pretty good. But what we'll do is, actually, we're just going to kind of let this go. Let's test this out, because I do like testing things as well. So he's out the door now. He's done working. Hopefully we're not late on this guy, but that's okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, he's off on the bus. So let's go ahead and release this now. It's really as far as we're going to get it this month. So let's do it. Outstanding quality, 8,900. That's really good. I think we opened with like 1,000, you know, for taking the contract, or 1,100. So yeah, that's pretty good there. Let's go ahead and bring this back up. Let's see. That's not what I meant to do. Wait, is it in here? No. Here contract work. That's what I wanted. So there's the tripwire. You can see the net profit was 10,000, which was great. It was done, outstanding quality, done on time, and that's what I wanted to look at, was the bugs. No bugs left. So while it did seem to kind of be still creeping one at a time when we finished, it looks like it was probably good enough. So no bugs there. Very, very, very good. So we're a wrap on this day. We'll skip to the next day and start looking at some contracts and start considering another employee. And as you may see here, I ended up coloring this yesterday. Okay, here we are next day. You can see top right, I've taken 2 more projects. These are both kind of the standard time, so these should be, as you can see, he's kind of plowing through them. 2 more had popped up. I thought this might be the point at which we need to hire you know, pretty soon in order to start taking some other projects, but these 2 showed up on the radar. So I thought, you know what, let's hammer out another day where this is just kind of what he works on by himself. Go ahead and kick these into development, and let's go ahead and just review these here. Client, why not? So he's going to hammer these out. Now it's probably good for me to be hiring an artist sooner than later, because if I actually have to take on a contract and then hire an artist at the same time, it's not going to work because the artist isn't going to start that day. So I really miss out. I think I'm going to have to actually get an artist in beforehand. So we may do that here very soon. Now we're kind of approaching the end of these guys here. Let's actually speed this back up, get these really close, and then we will kind of roll them over. We can actually check these reviews as well. So 9.1, 9.3, those are great. Let's just go ahead and promote these guys. Sure. Get to work on these. Again, we have 1 month left, plenty of time here. He is going to go home right now, so we're not going to get a whole lot of bug work in there. Well, let's go ahead, skip to the morning, have him roll in. And this is kind of this seems to be kind of the pace of things. From what I've seen other people doing, and from my experiences so far, it seems like this is what you've got to do. You kind of put in work. You do the contract work for a while, just trying to, you know, earn enough money to where you can like safely hire people, and then eventually jump in and start working on your own software, which gets, you know, it's pretty complicated. Some of this stuff gets really heavy and requires a good number of team members and a lot of time. That's where things usually go wrong for me. So what I'd like to do is try to build up at least some kind of money to play with. You know, I don't really know exactly what that means. especially since we have to hire somebody pretty soon. But I just kind of want to get a little bit more money in our bank before we kind of take on any big project. And obviously we need a team, you know, assembled in order to even consider it. Okay, we are rapidly approaching the end of the day. He's going to go home very soon, and you can see there's not a lot of bugs here. So does this mean he did really good quality work and there's just not many bugs to fix? Or are we going to be releasing a product that's pretty buggy and we're going to end up paying for it? I don't know. In the end, we're going to make money on these though, so that's okay. And I'm a little bit interested to see just how buggy this stuff is here. You can see him hop out of his chair and head out the door. So there's really nothing, you know, keeping us back from releasing this. Let's just go ahead and do this guy. Outstanding quality with the 10K. That's a good indication right there that ended up being pretty good. And 88.75 on the second one. Let's bring these up and check them out. So this one was the lower one. This is probably the one that just got us the 88. Yeah, the 88.75. No bugs. Perfect. Let's look at this guy. Also no bugs. Great. Outstanding. On time. I love it. This is what I like seeing. It does have this unfinished penalty, but you know, I think, did we end up having to pay that? So we had 19, it looks like it was 11,000. Yeah, okay. So this is just an indication of what the penalty would be. This wasn't actually taken out. That's the way I'm reading that anyway. If my mathing is correct, we can basically add these two. This would be 97, like 9,800-ish. Well, obviously there was no penalty, so that came out straight. So anyway, I don't know if this means that there wasn't an unfinished penalty. That seems weird. I guess maybe they don't care. It could have been that they just didn't care if it was like not finished with some slop job. I'm not sure. But I'm just gonna look at this one more time. So this was 11 and 4-2. Yeah, so it is not taking this penalty out of what we earned on this. So anyway, it's just an indication of what the penalty would be. So those came out very well for us. You can see we have crossed the $100,000 mark, which is awesome. 105,000. Let's take a peek before we kind of continue to the next day. We do have another project in here that we can work on ourselves. This one actually has a GUI required, which you can see it does require an artist. We could do it, it would just be a bad job. Although it does say horrible is okay. Should we do it? Should we take this tomorrow? Just to see? I'm kind of curious about just how bad we can be at this. Let's actually open up HR and I'll show you here, Mike Ween. So here you go. That is requiring an artist. And you can see the art is really not good here. Not good at all. Let's go back to this guy. I just kind of thought that they would be a little bit more specific about this. For example, I thought, oh, maybe GUI is like a element in one of the columns here, but anyway, we're not seeing that. You can see my art skills just not that great, but I don't know, maybe it's good enough to put out a horrible product. Before you sit down, let's talk about our project. Let's bring this up. Okay, so we definitely had some changes in here. I was going to say we looked at this one with the GUI interface, thought we might take that, but it looks like we've got a number of other projects in here, so maybe we don't have to get all that crazy right now. 6.7, 6.6, 6.5. So what about this? What if we took out all three of these? We did one that was a 1.3. Which is kind of like two of these, so we should be able to do this. Granted, one of them did have a lot of bugs, but these are all smaller, so we might, you know, this might work out okay. I don't know. Part of me wants to try that. I do kind of want to try this as well, though. Maybe we'll do this one because I'm curious about this, and it might be the only project I take on because him not being an artist, maybe it takes him longer. Yeah, let's take two projects. We'll make him do the art for one. Horrible, horrible, bad. So that's fine. Let's take this one as well. That's fine. We'll take both these. Okay, so we've got 2D system. Let's go ahead and get this going. Now, it's probably going to give us an indication once we get started that he is not great at art. There's usually a indicator that says, or a warning that says, you know, this person's not great at this and is making the project worse. Maybe that's not really an issue that we need to be concerned with at this level. Maybe that's fine when you're making horrible content. I don't know. We're gonna develop that guy. Let this get there a bit up there. There we go. Develop this guy. So here you go. Art 0.6 there. So we're gonna see progress here, and I'm really interested to see if that ends up being kind of slower. We can actually let's kick out reviews for these. So the Paradox one is the one with the art there. Let's go ahead and jam through the rest of the day. Crank these guys out. Oh, whoa, William, slow down. Okay, well, he walked out anyway. We went over a little bit, but this isn't that bad. Let's go ahead and check our reviews. Ooh, dang. Okay, so the Nintendo one, not great. Okay, so this one actually had an art element too, but it didn't say that. I didn't see that anywhere. That's interesting. Well, we can see that that's really like hindering us. I mean, it's not a horrible score. It's not great either. Now, Nintendo actually, you can see there's no art here, but the oh, I was looking at the Paradox one. I'm sorry, I got those flipped around. So here we go with Nintendo not having the art. So it's totally fine. So that one really did make a dent. Now you can see that this could be part of the problem, is that we're only partway in. We went from 0.6 or negative 0.6 to negative 0.4. So we really didn't get that far. Maybe if we get this to 0, the review is actually not that bad. Let's go ahead and skip to the next day. Jam this through. Let's get him in the office. And then we're going to slow this back down really quick. This one we can probably, yeah, we want to go ahead and promote this. And this one we can pretty much wrap like soon. I don't think that one's going to be much of an issue. Let's go ahead and push here. Now here's kind of a downside too. I'm going to pause this. You can see that we actually have code going into the positive here. We're doing a little too much code. And then we've got the art still trying to make that up. So we're kind of hitting both of these right now. Now I have a feeling, and we can test this, that we can actually create, or we can change his role essentially. So he has any role, so he's going to continue working on both of those. But I think we can actually, not team, I think we can just change his role to artist. And then hopefully he will no longer continue working on code. Now it's a thing we got to remember that we want to switch back. But let's just go ahead and do this for a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. The coding has stopped. That's great. Now the other problem though is that we're not fixing bugs because he is not coding. So that's kind of bad. But I think what we'll do is, where are we at? 10. We're going to catch this up. So right there, let's pause this, and now we can actually promote this over. Okay, so that's good. We're going to review on... Oh yeah, we can't review when we're in this phase. That's fine. We're going to keep our work going once we switch him back. You're going to go back to any role. Now he is a lead, and I can do lead any role, and I think that he will continue in a normal any role, but I guess like he takes on that lead element. That's something when you make your character, they have a lead, and that helps get you like better employees and things like that. So I'm going to do lead any, and we'll see if, you know, I guess I want to make sure that work continues. He does have the indicators going, indicating that he is working. So that's a good thing. We're going to go and speed this up a little bit. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and pause this really quick. We've only fixed 4 bugs. Both of these need to be released today. We are in delay on this one, which I'm not really sure why. Let's speed this up just for a little bit. It's not moving at all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch him back just to make sure that that's not the issue here. Let's get you back in your any role. That is any role. Because he didn't seem to be progressing. And I don't recall the delay. There's kind of, there was an explanation of that at one point, and it's changed a couple times. And the couple times I've played over the last number of months, this is, yeah, tweaked. So there was just some delay there, which is unfortunate because we actually need to release this pretty soon, and he's only just now getting to fixing bugs. We're really running out of time here. But it is what it is. I think we're going to be okay, even if we take like a, you know, some bit of a loss on that or something. Or not a loss, but if we don't get as much as we would normally have, I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, this week we can release when he goes home. This is pretty much in the same boat. I just wanted to double check. So we're going to just jam him through the day. Let him go ahead and go home, and let's do this. So let's release this guy. It's outstanding quality for the Nintendo one for Paradox. Also outstanding, that's totally cool. And then of course let's take a peek at those. All the way down here. So we have outstanding. We did have some bugs on the Nintendo project, but only 3. That's not bad at all. Outstanding quality, perfect. Paradox, woo! Okay, so 44 of them at $35. We lost 1,500. That's not that bad. You know, we still came out with 8,800 on that. I'm totally fine with that. That's great. Totally fine. And it is snowing now. Okay, so I progressed it to the next day. Looking at our money, we're doing pretty good, 122,000. You see we've had some really good months. Things are going well. We also have fans. This has moved up. You can see it's a reputation. Each star will affect the quality of employee applicants, contracts, deals, and distribution. So that's cool. That's going to help us out. We need to clean up. So he's been kind of making a mess. Weem has been kind of traipsing through here, making a mess. So we're going to hire some staff. Not permanent staff, though. We're just going to go ahead and call cleaning. These guys are going to come in later and get that going. Actually, are they going to come in now? I don't know, because we're past 8. They'll just come tomorrow, but that's fine. Another thing that I did notice was I actually kept the contract work open, and when I hit to skip unused time, it just kind of added a bunch more in here. So that is when that happens, when you kind of get to the next day. So again, we're faced with a bunch more projects again that he can do by himself. But with the money being where it's at, and I'm kind of wanting to get somebody else in because as far as I know, skill level and everything increases as they go. The more that they do things. So getting somebody in now on some of these early projects that they can help on is going to benefit us. Additionally, who knows when this work may dry up. I've had it happen where it just disappears. I'm like, oh, I have to hire somebody, and because I don't have them, I can't do it yet. So you're kind of sitting on your hands for a day or two. We definitely don't want that situation. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and select maybe 2 projects for Weem to work on now, and also look at hiring. We know the artist thing is not good for him to do. I'd prefer not to do that, especially when we have the option not to. There's plenty of work here. So now we're also kicking out outstanding work. So I was kind of looking at these as well, thinking, okay, is anybody requiring like better quality? Because that could get us more money. But it looks like everything is still pretty simple, straightforward right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 projects. This one seems fine. Yes, and then let's look at this guy. Now this is a big one, and I don't know that I want to take on that again. Let me go back to that. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, it's not like an added artist or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and take one that's not you. That's pretty straightforward. This guy, we're going to go ahead and accept that work. So we've got 2 projects for us to work on. Fairly easy, going to get us a little bit of money. That's cool. And then before we get that going, let's actually go ahead and look at hiring an employee. Now what I want is an artist, and the focus will be 2D. I think that tends to be the kind of the one that shows up the most. So I want to interview for all of this. You can see that's going to cost us $800. I'm also going to offer a bit more salary because, as was mentioned in my previous video in the comments, people said, hey, if you increase the opening salary, you'll get better employees. Now, I'm going to have to keep in mind, this is the cost per month to keep this person hired, on the team. And every month is a day, so every day we're skipping through, we're burning like 2,000. So we're earning decent money here, though, enough to definitely pay for myself. Well, especially since I don't pay myself. I suppose there is that. But as far as the other bills and everything too, you can see we're doing good on profit and everything. So I think this is fine. We raised that a bit. We've got these guys. The cost here, I'm not really sure if this just gets you like better quality applicants, maybe get you more, I'm not sure. I don't usually bump this, so I'm going to bump it just once. And then obviously we bumped the salary, so let's go ahead and begin looking here. It looks like it might have given us more. I think usually I've got like 5 to choose from, so I like this. For me, compatibility is a big thing. I want people that work really well with a team. I had somebody one time who was sick all the time because they were just like stressing. Now young is good because we get to keep them around a while. And I don't know if they have something where the older they are, the more they want to go home or anything like that. I'm not sure. I want to work less hours. I'm not sure if there's anything about that. But you can see the skill level for these are pretty good. This Raphael here is at 69%, 29 years old, good match. This just describes what this means between lazy and stressed. This isn't bad. Compatibility is good. Snob, extrovert. It's not a huge difference here. Generous, but pessimistic. I like generous. Dramatic, extrovert, flirt, cocky. Okay, well, I think we're gonna roll this way here. We've got, I guess we could look at like a normal, like 77% is pretty good. And I mean, normal's normal, right? Introvert, dramatic, a little on the stress side. May take some like more days off, but look at the art skill there. Man, that's good. That's really good. I like that. The 2D is definitely up there. I think we're going to go ahead and grab Ned Fleming, 21 years old. Let's go ahead and hire him to the core team. It's the only team I have right now. Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger on that. So basically, Ned should be joining us tomorrow. And what that means is that tomorrow we can actually look at taking on a project that requires some art skill. Alrighty, we're just about 8:30 in the morning. We've got time paused here because our new employee has shown up for work, and he actually jumped right in and started working. If I select him, you can see he's named Joey Willis. I actually jumped to the last Software Inc. video I did. First name right at the top was Joey Willis, so welcome aboard, Joey. Pull up a seat and get to work. So one of the things I want to do is, Joey sat down and started working right away, and that's a bit problematic because I don't have projects right now that require art. With him selected, you can see we have any role here that's like by default. So we actually need to jump in here really quick. And for Joey, I'm actually going to change him out. We're going to switch his role to artist because I only want him working on art. And now that there's kind of more than just myself, we're going to go ahead and switch Weem out to programmer so that we kind of separate those roles. Now, this can be a little bit problematic because we might get a project that has some other skill needed or another role needed, which neither of these guys meet, but I would actually want Weem to work on. So I may have to like keep an eye out for that. Basically, Z's above his head when he's got nothing to do. I may go, oh right, I need to go switch him to any role so that he can at least help. Even if he's terrible at it, at least he can work on it. So anyway, that's kind of where things are at. Let's go ahead and start this up. Now sometimes these take a little bit to update, but there you go. So Joey's just kind of hanging out. He's like, I don't know what to do. I got no art to work on. And of course I get up and take a break first thing in the morning. But you can see that I'm basically going to crank through these guys and try to get these bugs ironed out in order to release these this month. We're at kind of a normal speed, so I'm going to let that keep going and just bring this up. Let's find a project. Actually, you know, we should probably wait because I don't want to select a project now, like in my mind, and then have it maybe disappear tomorrow. But I guess we can just, as an exercise, look through here. You could see that for the artist, we've got a number of different projects to choose from. We've got some website stuff. That could be pretty cool. You can see art versus code units there. So actually, Weem could really crank some websites out. Man, he'd be really good at those. Even the 0.5 is like not bad. If these units are all kind of one-to-one, which I think they are. So anyway, we definitely have some options, but I think we got to leave it at that. Joey's going to sit there a little bit bored on his first day. I could send him to training, but he wouldn't start that training until tomorrow. So anyway, we're just going to go ahead and let him just kind of chill for the day. We'll pretend he's learning about the company and everything. But in the meantime, I'm going to step out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you come back for the next one. I'm excited to see where we can get this. I do want to thank you guys for watching as always, and we'll see you later.